Okay, so we have discussed about venture capitalist. This is coming under finance, sources of finance. This topic we have already covered, like what is sources of finance, fixed capital, source of fixed capital, working capital, sources of working capital, and the names of different financial institutions providing finances for entrepreneurs in the country. Then venture capitalist. This much we had covered. The next topic is about marketing. Marketing, this is very easy topic because already in semester 2, you have learned principles of marketing. The topics which are coming under this is about functions of marketing, marketing myths, market segmentation, channels of marketing, marketing institutions, problems of marketing, and how to reduce these problems. So these are the small contents which are coming under this particular topic. So first we will see what is this marketing. We know that marketing means helping the, or we can say the products which are manufactured, that is supposed to be reach to the customers. For that, what all activities are undertaken, that all comes under marketing. And marketing plays a very important role, especially in small scale industries and especially for small scale entrepreneurs. So as I told you, marketing of products which are supposed to be manufactured, this is, yes, promotion of products in the market, that is the meaning. So these products which are being manufactured, that need to be reaching the customer. Many times what happens is that small entrepreneurs, they will not be having good amount of money in order to go for this research purpose, promotion activities and all. And many times he may not even be aware about how to market the product, how to attract the customers and showcase this product in the market. So such type of difficulties will be there naturally from the side of the entrepreneur. And but this is one of the most important activity which involves production. Like it is much related to production and marketing. Like the goods which are produced are supposed to be marketed so that it needs the reaches the customer. So without good marketing, we cannot say that a company will succeed. So here you can see the functions of marketing. Already you had learned about what is market functions and all. First one is marketing research, finding out the problems, finding out information to provide solutions to different problems in marketing. Like what will be the customer's likes, dislikes, taste preferences, buying habits of the customer, the trends in the market, what should be done in order to innovate the product. Different such questions will be getting solutions by conducting a marketing research, a study of the market. Then selling. Marketing will not function without selling. The goods which are being produced should be sold to the consumers through either direct channels or indirect channels. Only with that process of selling, the entire marketing process will be complete. Marketing also involves buying and assembling of goods. What do the manufacturers buy? They will be buying raw materials and other required substances for manufacturing the products. After that, the goods are assembled and this is sold out in the market. Marketing also involves little bit of transportation, that is for moving the goods from one place to another. It could be raw materials from the supplier to the manufacturer, and once the products are manufactured, again sending it to the customers. So transportation is also part of it. Standardization. Standardization means providing similar type of products to the customers. Similar type of products in the sense following certain norms or following certain standards when we are selling the products or when we are manufacturing the products and selling it to the customers. Like just imagine here standardization. Like if you want to buy an iPhone, if you're getting one type of iPhone and your friend is getting another type of iPhone, that is not standardization. Standardization means where the product quality will be the same for different types of products. Then grading. Grading means dividing the goods into different classes or grades, again as per different standardization and norms. Branding means giving a name or a mark, or we can say a symbol, design, logo, whatever it is, to the product. It is done in order to distinguish or differentiate one product from that of the other, or to give a separate identity to the products. Storing and warehousing, what all things will be stored in a company? Like we will be requiring to store the raw materials which we are not using currently. There is the inventory or the stock which we are not using currently. We will have to store the work in progress goods. We will have to store the spare parts, machine equipments and all. We will even have to store the finished goods after the production is done, but the product is not reached the customer's hand. So in all these cases, storing and warehousing, warehouses are normally plain large buildings which are used to store these goods. So it is an important marketing function as well. Then financing. In order to carry out definitely all these marketing functions, we need money. There is a need of funds, and these funds should be arranged by the organization so that all these functions are happening smoothly. Advertising. Advertising and publicity in order to sell the goods. Advertising, as we know, plays a very major role. It helps to create awareness among the customers, what type of product is available in the market, the price, the quality, the content inside that, everything will be known to the customers. Pricing. Pricing, you know the meaning, the exchange value at which the seller is ready to sell and the buyer is willing to buy. So while fixing the price itself, different factors is to be considered, like the cost of the product, then the competitors' pricing, then demand for the product, etc. The cost of the product is very important. Cost should be appropriate so that the entrepreneurs are not facing a loss over here. Then salesmanship is also a part of marketing. You can say it's coming under promotional activities where salesmanship is actually, salesman who कौन होता है? Salesman is a person who is actually persuading the customers to buy the goods and services. Salesman helps to provide knowledge about different types of products available in the market, and they will be helping in actually comparing the price, quality and all, and they will persuade the customers to buy the product. Now, when we talk about this marketing function, it is a type of, like, it was there since so many years, but many times we can see that entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs, find it difficult to carry out marketing functions in a very strict manner because they hardly have any resources for marketing as well. So when we compare this traditional marketing concept and modern marketing concept, we can understand now that customers are treated, or customers or consumers, they are given special importance nowadays in marketing, because nowadays people, entrepreneurs, companies and all are more and more aware about customer satisfaction and social welfare. They are given highest status in the marketing field. And similarly, when we look into earlier times, profit maximization was the only aim for marketing companies. Nowadays, of course, profit maximization is also important. At the same time, they are also taking care of the societal obligations which the companies are having. Next topic here is marketing myths, something which you already know. Marketing myths, or the elements, it is the term used to combine the 4 inputs which are required for a company's marketing system. There are 4 elements over here: product, price, place, promotion. So these are called as the elements of marketing myths. We have in detail seen about this topic under principles of marketing in the earlier semester, but still we will have to cover it. So marketing myths is a systematic and balanced combination of all these 4 elements, that is product, price, place, promotion. So marketing, a person or an entrepreneur itself, a marketing manager or an entrepreneur, they should see that these 4 elements are mixed properly so that the product is finally reaching the customers and we are getting more and more sales. So when we talk about product, what are the things to be noted? In the product, we will have to consider about the design of the product, the quality of the product, the appearance, the size, warranty of the products. If new products are being introduced, that is also coming under product mix. Then branding of the product, then size, all the like packaging size, all these things will come under product. Then pricing. Pricing, we will have to see the policies taken by the company with respect to pricing. Then the level of prices, the level of margin involved, then competitors pricing, discount, etc. if we are giving, terms of delivery, then credit terms, installment facilities. Nowadays, most of the products, like especially electronic products and all, we can say they allow for EMI and all. So it is there in most of the cases. Then except for the regular FMCG products, most other products we can see installment facilities like EMI, such type of facilities are provided. Then comes place. Place explains about how the product is going to reach the customer's hand. This involves channels of delivery. Channels of delivery means the intermediaries, the role of intermediaries who are involved over here. Now, when we talk about a product reaching the customer, product is manufactured by the manufacturer. After that, it is going to the wholesaler, then retailer, then the customer. So these intermediaries, wholesaler and retailer, are coming under place mix or channel mix. So it includes type of intermediaries, the location of these intermediaries. Then it also includes the distribution activities which are involved over here, like transporting the goods from one place to another, then warehousing, inventory management. All these things come under place element. Then promotion. Promotion elements involve the publicity of the product. It is like making awareness about the product in the market. Sales promotion, it includes sales promotion activities, then displaying of the products, then a very important thing, advertisements, personal selling. So many different methods are involved over here. So marketing mix is a combination of 4 inputs that constitute the core of a company's marketing system. And we can see that in various cases, we can see that these 4 elements play a very important role, but in varied proportion for different products. It depends on the, like if the company's goodwill is very good, if the company is having a high reputation in the market already, then it is not necessary that we should spend much on the promotion activities and all. We can focus on the price or product or place distribution over here, because already the product is company itself is well known in the market. So the customers will not be questioning about the quality of a new product. They don't require much advertisement and all. Same way, we can see that there will be varied proportions in different elements with respect to the marketing mix elements. Next topic is market segmentation. Segmentation means division. Market segmentation means identifying group of buyers with different desires or responsibilities and grouping them or dividing them in the market. Like it could be on the basis of various categories or various bases of market segmentation will be there. Market segmentation means it's a process of identifying different group of buyers with different desires or responsibilities, because each and every individual will be different. The products which we are offering maybe to a teenager may not be the same type of product which we offer to a senior citizen or an elderly people. So such type of differences should be taken into account while marketing a product. Here we will see broadly there are 5 different classifications or bases of market segmentation. First one is geographic segmentation, then demographic, sociographic, psychographic, and behavioral. Geographic means based on the area, the customers are subdivided because the characteristics of the people will be different when they are living from territories to territories or area from area. Most common classification or segmentation here is dividing the customers based on like urban customers and rural customers. Like we can say urban customers, they might be much more educated, their requirements will be different. Rural customers will not be much spending so much lavishly. Their requirements will be less. Same way, we can also classify the customers based on another category like domestic customers and foreign customers. So the geographic customer segmentation means based on the area. Demographic segmentation is based on the population. Population means population variables. Demography means the study of population. So here the market is divided on various demographic variables or factors like age, sex or gender, education, etc. As I told you, on the basis of age itself, the people can be divided into so many categories. Like it starts from the toddler, baby, newborn baby, then toddler, then children, then there is a new category known as tweens, then teens, then uh, we can say young aged adults, middle aged adults, elderly people. So based on this is one of the most common type of market segmentation and easiest method of market segmentation. Based on the interest of the various groups over here, the marketers can manufacture and sell the product. Then sociographic segmentation. Sociography, it is based on various cultural influences, influence of the social class, reference goods and all. Like we can say people who are belonging to the higher social class of the society, their preferences will be something else. People who are belonging to the middle class income, such type of people, will their preferences will be different, and other people will be having different preferences. Then it is based on their cultural aspect also, based on their religion and such type of segmentation. Then there is psychographic segmentation. It is based on individual factors like taste, attitudes, etc. Like we can say some products are designed differently for different people. Like watches are designed differently. The shoes will be designed differently. Footwears, other type of normal footwears will be stylish footwears will be different, designed differently. These are based on the individual preferences. Then behavioral. Behavioral means the response of the buyers. Buyers are divided into various groups based on their response to the product usage, buying motives also. Why that person is buying it, for what purpose that person is buying this particular product, or what is the need for buying that particular product. Many times it's this type of behavioral segmentation is the most difficult one, because we can never directly ask a customer why they are wanting such a product. So these are the various segmentation, various bases of segmentation. Market segmentation, again I'm repeating, it is the method of dividing the market based on various bases or various criteria in order to serve these customers in a better way. So why should it should be done? As I told you, based on the segmentation, we can modify our elements of marketing mix in a better way. Like based on the segment, like we can say, as I told you, we can maybe take the example of the sociography. People who are having belonging to the low luxurious class or the higher class, for them we will have to alter our elements of marketing mix. Same way, based on geographic criteria. For rural people, we will have to again modify our marketing mix. So market segmentation will be helpful to introduce the suitable type of marketing mix. Then efficient use of resources can be done over here, and proper marketing programs can be used according to the market segmentation. Like in under demographic itself, I can tell you, for teenagers or young adults, it will be useful if you advertise, especially nowadays, it will be useful if you advertise in social media. For elderly people, it is better to advertise for their products, concerned products in televisions. So depending on this segmentation also, we can decide the best advertising or promotional method. Then next one is channels of marketing. So what is this marketing channel? A channel is a medium through which the product is reaching, or product is starting from the manufacturer and reaching the final customer. And the route, we can say, the route through which the product is moving from the place of production or the point of origin to the point of distribution, or we can say the place of consumption. We all directly, like nowadays, of course, it most of us are being used to online marketing, online using of online, we can say different sites, online sites for our purchase. But other than that, earlier we all of us might be going to the shops for buying it. We are going to the shops, we are getting the product, we are buying it and coming back. But how this product has reached that particular shop, it involves, or it was passing through different stages or passing through different routes, it has reached over here. That is known as a channel. So the channel is a medium through which goods are made to move as smoothly as possible so that it reaches the end customer on time. So we can say that it is like a very important activity of the institution, which is facilitating the transfer of the product from one person to the other person. Person here means the manufacturer to the customer. Now, why this is required? The role of marketing channels. It helps to create utility. Utility means usefulness by bringing the manufacturers then and the customers together. It will give so many utilities like place utility, time utility, and possession utility. Place utility means where the customers are required the product, it will be available there. On the time they want that, it will be available over there at the time they require. And now possession utility means the title has been changed, transferred. Before selling, the goods will be in the possession of the manufacturer, or the title is with the manufacturer. Once it is sold out, now it is the customer's product. So it will help to create various such utilities. Then the producers also can focus on their manufacturing activities, because distribution efficiency can be looked after by the different channels. Then it also helps to introduce new product in the market with the help of salesman, who is also involved over here in this entire process. It helps in assortment of goods. Assortment means the products which are manufactured by different producers that can be offered as per the requirements of the customers. When you go to a shop to buy, most of the cases you can see brands from different producers. Or when you even shop online, you can find the brands which are there from different manufacturers. So this platform or this channels help in assorting, bringing together the products from different manufacturers at one place. Then financing. The channel intermediaries also help in financing by providing advance payment against the goods. Then merchandising. Merchandising means helping in, it's almost part of marketing only, helping in preparing, or we can say preparing the products, placing attractive display of the products, then showcasing about the features of the product, such things. Then it also helps in balancing demand and supply. The marketing intermediaries help in balancing demand and supply because they know more about the customers. They are much more in contact with the customers, and accordingly, through them, the manufacturers or the producers can know about high or low demand in the market. Like we can say, because they are so much more in contact with the end customers. So the customers' needs, the trends in the market, the fashions, the changing styles and all are much more known to these intermediaries. So in this way, they help in balancing the demand and supply. Then information. The marketing intermediaries collect valuable information about the customers, about the competitors, and they can be passed to the manufacturers, and accordingly the products can be manufactured, the products can be more altered, or even the marketing mix elements can be changed. For example, if the channel intermediary, like it could be, as I told you, it could be a wholesaler, it could be an agent, it could be a retailer, whoever it is. If they are in close contact with the customers, and if they are also knowing about the competitors' situation in the market, it is very easy for them to compare the prices of the competitors and our prices and accordingly inform the producers. Similarly, since they are very much in contact with the customers, they can easily understand the requirements of the customers. That information also can be sent to the producers, and accordingly, the product can be altered, or we can say new products can be introduced, or with respect to the pricing, with respect to the channels, everywhere the marketing mix can be altered. So this is the role played by the channels of marketing. Channels means the route which the products are reaching from the manufacturer to the customer. Like as I told you, nowadays, since it is more of e-commerce usage, sitting at our home itself, we can get the product. So to an extent, role of intermediaries are there, but it has come a little bit lesser. Most of these things have been taken over by the internet. But just compare few years before, when we had to buy something, we will be going to a shop, we will be asking about the product. The salesman will be giving us information about various products available, similar products available, even alternatives available. They will be helping us in actually selecting our product. That time we can see the role of intermediaries were much more important as compared to nowadays. Nowadays, how are we selecting in online e-commerce? We ourselves are comparing, isn't it? We ourselves are comparing the brand name, the price of the product, and many times we don't even know about the quality of the product. Still, we are buying it. So the channels play a very important role in helping in distributing the product, because they used to know about the trends in the market. They used to know more about the pulse of the customers in the market, and accordingly plannings and strategies could be adopted by the manufacturer. So I hope this is clear to all of you.